Hello and welcome to today's episode of Logic Box. And on the show today, well, I will refer to him as an icon, a legend. Many times we wait for our legends or icons not to be with us anymore before we start paying them homage. The guy has won BET Awards, Ghana Music Awards. Now he's about to start his tour. He's progressed year on, year in. And ladies and gentlemen, Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy, thank you very much for coming on the show. How you doing, sir?
Blessings. I love the introduction.
Yeah?
Sometimes I even forgot some of the things that I do or that I did. You know what I mean? And they're amazing things. When it catches my attention, I become very grateful. And then that is the moment where I realize the value of it. You know, so it's good that sometimes we're reminded of the capability that we have, and in as much as the things that we have been able to achieve as well. So thank you very much. I'm honored with that introduction.
There's one thing that you probably don't, I don't know whether you remember this or not, but I actually met you for the first time 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it's actually around the same month. This was back in 2013.
Yeah.
At the Gooba launch.
Yeah.
And you were with Castro.
Yeah.
And I think it was Big Nash you was with as well, the three of you.
Yeah.
And of course, at that time, Castro was the one that everybody knew. So I went to Castro to speak to Castro. Castro said, I asked him a few questions. He answered and he said, "This is Stonebwoy, up and coming artist. Yeah. He's fire." And he got you to spit something. And the energy, the hunger from you was unbelievable. And here you are today.
Yeah.
So it's not the first time I can proudly say I actually saw you from the outset. And what you displayed that day, it's not surprising that you are where you are today. So again, welcome.
Thank you
to the
very
show.
much. And I want to use this opportunity to say thanks to Castro. You know, he's left a mark that can never be removed. And I pray that he continues to be celebrated even better than we do him as an artist, you know what I'm saying? So you don't know, big respect. And of course, we have to carry the mantle on. We've come a long way, and other people have also continued from wherever. You know, there are newer, amazing arts that, you know, came after us, you know, in terms of emergence. And we're all still together as a flock, pushing the narrative of Africa, but from Ghana as Ghanaians, and pushing the Ghana music, you know, sound to the world. So it's important that we continue to, you know, and with every given opportunity, I'm still hungry. Yeah. You know, I've never left my hunger, you know. Mm-hmm. Yes, Naya.
No, I know that.
It's just like no matter how big your stomach is, you still have to eat, you know.
Now, I know that you're about to start your tour.
The UK tour, basically, yeah. We've done America. It was mad. We did America. We did North America. We did Canada. Yo, it was amazing. Like,
and it's the fifth dimension.
It's the Fifth Dimension album, a fifth studio album, and now we are actually doing the London one, the UK one, basically, because we have Birmingham. We have Manchester on the 26th at the Canvas. You know, it's quite intimate crowd, and of course, so with every opportunity, you know what I'm saying, you guys have to pull up. Let's do it on a Thursday, 26th of October at the Canvas, and then 27th of same October, Friday, the next day is inside Birmingham at the O2 Academy 2. And then on Sunday, the 29th, we're here in London. Big fire, you don't know. Yeah, Sunday at the Electric Brixton. So you don't know.
When I speak to artists such as yourself, I'm always keen to know a bit about your background, because what we tend to find out is what is projected in front of us. But behind everyone, there's a story. Yeah. And, you know, this, as the saying goes, you're a product of your environment. Yeah. And you've always represented Ashaiman.
Aye, to the word.
What is it about Ashaiman that influenced you for you to become the artist you are today?
Thank you. If you haven't heard, then you're hearing it for the first time. Ashaiman is a city, one of the biggest cities in Ghana, located right about 30 minutes away from the airport. You know, the Kotoka International Airport for all my internationals. So once you land, by the 30th minute, you should have driven into Ashaiman, which crosses over to Tema. Community 9, Community 8, and all of that. That city is huge on the left-hand side. That's where I grew up. It consists of all walks of people from all walks of life. Consists from the hardcore to the softcore. Consists of, you find life. You wouldn't miss a box that you cannot tick if you were born in Ashaiman. You see luxury, you see poverty, you see middle class, you see lower class, you see upper class. So with such a beautiful, and then also you see people, nationals from across Africa and the world. I grew up with friends who were Japanese, who were Chinese, who were Turkish, Lebanese, you know, because their fathers would have, or vice versa. You know, so it opened my eye to a very multicultural experience, which I always grew with. Being that, of course, bringing it to the musical side, dancehall and reggae was more dominant in that era, whereby Afrobeat, what you call it, whereby African music would be most dominant in terms of a high life music. So growing up in the I was born in the late 80s, late 80s, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I picked up my influence and my struggle and stories. And Ashaiman I couldn't have chosen anywhere else to grow up than the beautiful city of Ashaiman.
Well,
so that has influenced my music.
I also grew up in Kotobawi, Newtown.
You are close to us.
Yes,
it's a replica. When you talk about Ashaiman, you have Ashaiman, you have cities, similar cities with similar content. You know, like the Newtown, Nima, Mamobi, Mamprobi, Shukura, even some parts of Adabraka, Kasua, Bujumbura, spread across where there are slums. You're talking about multicultural ethnicity locked up in one zone.
It's a melting pot.
That's what you're talking about when you talk about Ashaiman. Yeah, I'm just describing it.
Now you touched on the fact that it influenced you. But musically, you know, what are some of the musicians that influenced you?
Of course. Many musicians still continue to influence me. But if you mean in terms of growing up, then I think I grew up on high life music, because in the early 80s, you know, we picked up music into our subconscious, which formed the motherboard of whatever we are without knowing. So growing up, I realized that, I found out that we have big high life legends ranging from E.T. Mensah to J. Double Ambule, to Reggie Rockstone, to Pat Thomas, to Osibisa, to the Ramblers Band, to the Kojoin Tree and his bands at them time there, to the Alpha Blondies, to the Terry Bone Chackers, to the Yogi Doggies, to the Akosua Japons, to the Saminis, to, you know what I'm saying? So it's a big catalog, to the Bookbacks, to the VIPs, to the Tic Tacs, to the Obrafuos.
Wow.
See? Yeah. I think I've mentioned quite, you know, to the 4X4s, wide, to the Triple M, Sugar Rhymes, and then to the Broananas, Mati, Fila, Mameda, to me, and big tunes ranging from all walks. So this is it. This is inspiration from the Ghana side. And outside of Ghana, you have definitely the reggae music from, you know, the Shaggy, Shaba, Sean Paul, Buju, Koti Ranks, Delhi Ranks, all the Ranking family crew. You know what I mean? You see Bob Marley, of course. You see Jackie, you see I-Octane, you see, you know what I mean? The list is tall. Beanie Man, like with all these ones I've done records with and all of that. You see Damian Marley, you see Chaka Demos and Pliers, you see Sister Nancy, you see Mr. Vegas, you see Busy Signal, tons and tons of names into the new school. You hear some Popcorn, you hear some Dexter Daps, you hear some Javilani, you hear some Jalano. What you mean, man? You hear some Skeng, Skillibeng, you hear some...
The list goes on.
Plenty. So that's why I tell you, like, inspiration doesn't end right till today. You're still getting this. That's what I'm mentioning, you know what I'm saying?
Now it's interesting you mention this because
I'm from Ghana. Bro, let me just drop it.
Okay, go on. Do your thing.
You hear the Kwame Eugene, you hear the Kiddy, you hear the Kim Promise, you hear the Sarko, you hear the New School, Last Made, New School, you hear Sina Soul, you hear music Rasta. You know what I mean? Who am I missing? The Kwesiatas, you know what I'm saying? Who should I... Names.
Now that's one thing about you, Stonebwoy. Over the years, I've seen that every time you get an opportunity, it's all about positivity.
Which is right. It's a choice.
Right. But what I want to say, leading on, I wanted to touch on dancehall a bit.
For real?
Because, I mean, some have argued that in Ghana in particular, there's no market for dancehall music, right? Now, and looking at your style from then till now, I wouldn't say you have changed, but I would say probably, just my observation, is you've been able to adapt and evolve.
Yes.
And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but just going by the names you've listed, if one, it has been able to propagate you to where, A, you're relevant and been able to adapt your style and create your own niche. Now, I don't know whether you recall this again. I think it was sometime last year. Beanie Man posted an article, not an article, I think it was a clip of him emceeing at a very young age. And you commented. And I think you were just bigging him up. But some people took an offense to that. And I remember a few fans saying that, are you going to claim that this is Afrobeats or this is African as well? You were misquoted to the point where you were talking about, reggae, dancehall all originates from Africa simply because Caribbeans originated from Africa. And I think you were misquoted. To the point, again, I came to your defense. Wow. Yeah, I was there just letting people know you were misquoted, that you embrace the culture, you love and you support everybody. And this is what I really, really like about you. Positivity.
Yeah, man. You see, I respectfully just want to point it in that we are in a world of so much information where right now it's but we really, on a large scale, we lack understanding. And another thing that is very dangerous that's happening in our era is that we have so much opinion. The entitlement level is very strong regarding opinions. But when it comes to the truth, we have the truth and we have opinions. We have the fact and we have opinions. When your opinion is the truth, you understand, then most often people still want to bring their opinions to counter because they're saying that it's just an opinion. But sometimes I'm speaking the truth. I'm not speaking my opinion. I'm speaking truth because in the end, we carried everything, however, as black people, to wherever we carried it, by whatever means we were carried, whether we go there voluntarily or we go there by whatever means there be. We carried everything, but when we say there is traces of the culture and the music of blackness, then that becomes an argument. How does that become an argument? If you carried a complexion, the color, so you are selective of what you carried and what you didn't, and what is what and what is not. In the end, we cannot change the truth. Nobody can, not even I can. But I would rather be a student of the truth with empirical facts. They are there. Many learned people have written books, have taken time, spent money to do research and add to knowledge of truth. And we just should know that. So I don't recollect. I don't even remember being bashed, but I'm grateful. because once I managed to speak it, I was touched, because Beenie Man is one of the greatest legends we have in our time, in our era, covering from 3 decades at least. We saw the clip he posted. That was, you can't make that up. You see? And we love it as African people. When reggae and dancehall was very huge in Africa, so much, it is still big, but there was an era where it was so dominant, and it still is. But that era, when it was very dominant, we had great artists like Majek Fashek from Nigeria. Check Majek Fashek, you will see. Legend, he sang and the rains came up from heavens, and it's a historic moment. We have Daddy Shoki. I'm not Nigerian, but I'm African, so it covers. I'm just making an example of the class that really is pushing the culture so much, because most of I just want to make reference. Daddy Shoki is there. There's a woman, she sang, big tune. There's a melody. She's a woman, Ogoli. She calls something Ogoli. Big reggae star. Idina Ogoli. I know somebody will correct me. I'm close to some. Let's Google it. Where the Ogoli will find it. Obin punching man. Why? This is conversational.
James, did you try and see
some Ogoli? Edna Ogoli.
Edna Ogoli. But I think Edna Ogoli.
Yes.
You should know. You're Nigerian. You should know.
Yeah. Edna Ogoli. Not only Edna Ogoli, there are legends in reggae. So at the time when reggae was huge. To be honest, African music was also still huge, but we cannot deny the time where reggae was really meaningful, and dancehall was, especially reggae, was very meaningful to the continent in terms of where reggae music was sing to the repatriation and to the rebellion that's happening, to the coup d'etats, and to the to especially in South Africa, the apartheid situation that was going, and Bob Marley's them would sing about. It was a worldwide phenomenon that hit Africa, and Africans could relate, because our music is a source of expressing our joy, our sorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how it doesn't fall into the category of black music, reggae music, dancehall, soca, all of that. I don't know how it doesn't. I know of a truth that it does.
Yes.
This is not even an opinion. So when I speak regarding blackness, and we're Black History Month. What are we celebrating? Are we selecting pieces and pieces to just speak about, or we are actually recognizing us as one people with the same information in our DNAs and all of that, including our music and creatives and music and creativity? So,
and I think that's...
Anybody who would bash me, I believe that they are expressing their opinion, but let's all go to the truth. Let's leave our opinions, go to the truth, and learn something.
Now, speaking of truth, when it comes to artists, I think it's a bit of an unwritten law in Ghana that outsiders are treated well, foreigners are treated well. And there's a perception that, and there's a belief within the Ghanaian community that Ghanaians don't actually treat each other that well. And this is just my opinion. I think that has also transcended into the music sphere. Thanks to social media and technological advancement, these days, not so much of journalists, but bloggers. And one thing I have noticed is the consistent negativity about artists. And one day I just sat down and realized, after watching one particular individual, who I will not mention the name, descending heavily on an artist. And in as much as I was a Ghanaian, I thought, okay, he might be justified in what he's saying. I realized that, no, there's something actually wrong. Yeah. Because if you look at Ghanaian artists, especially today's artists, you came from nothing, essentially. Most artists came from nothing. Sarkodie came from nothing. Satawale came from nothing. literally building themselves up, building your brand up to sustain yourself and to cross borders, transcend Ghana, I think should be applauded, and to look at the blueprint and try to see how we can further. But what we see is just negativity. Oh, he wasn't able to do this, or this one has done this, and this one hasn't done that. I mean, you've had your fair share. How do you feel? How do you react? How are you able to deal with it?
Thank you very much. I love the question. But before I continue, with the example I made with Edna Ogoli, that's on the Nigeria side. On the South African side, we had Lucky Dubé.
Oh, yes.
On the Ivory Coast side, we had Alpha Blondy, Tikin Jafakoli. On the Ghana side, we have, I can even add Kojo Entry to that list. We had Ruth Anabo. This were the first band to perform somewhere in Jamaica on a reggae festival. And we have the Black Prophets, we have the Rocky Dawunis, we have names, Papa Wastik, General Marcos. So that example is well fitted to know that we are all growing from crop to crop to crop to crop, dynamizing our sound, evolving into the beauty of turning, hybrids and naming it whatever we feel to name, but the source is definitely the same. Good. Now coming into the question, it's really unfortunate that it has become a thing that we are becoming known for as Ghanaians. It's unfortunate. It's not a good place to be, whereby we are almost becoming known for the confusion in the creative arts. Because I tell you, yesterday I went to sit at the roadside out of my apartment, because I brought the good weather to London.
Yes, you did.
The whole October is feeling like we're in Accra.
Yeah.
So I just decided to take a walk, just few steps, and then I just sat on it's like a 2-ball situation. I was just there with me and OG. I love to do that a lot. That's how I find some peace, like entering the underground and just chilling. But I always get spotted, which I still love, because it's like a shock. Somebody would not even realize, and then it becomes a conversation.
Yeah.
So there was this young lady who was just shocked. I was like, "What are you doing here? No, is this you? Nah, come on." Right over there, in 3 minutes, you're gonna find there's an outdoor garden, there's a water. I said if I knew, I'd have gone there, because I love the natural vibes. But of course, this is also breezy. I'm seeing the cars pass and people. It's like I love to take in that, what I'm saying? And then we're starting, like, are you gonna come to the show? She's like, yeah, oh yeah, the 29th, you guys be talking about it. Yeah, I saw something in Birmingham as well. So I'm like, oh great. In my mind, I'm like, all right, publicity is working. Publicity really is going far, because news travels. But now the thing is, the interest to want to take a step after hearing the publicity is dependent on a lot of things. And then, this girl was stating, like, she mentioned the same thing you did. And she specifically said she thinks there's not much investment in the craft by Ghanaian, and she's a Ghanaian, and this is random, and then there's too much negativity in the meat, too much beefs, too much whatever, but you're doing amazingly well. These are her own words. I love your album. I'm not even gonna lie, it's crazy. That's one of the albums from Ghana that's giving us the energy to even speak and talk about Ghanaians, and we love what you're doing. To be honest, like, I'm a huge fan, and that's on a roadside. And for somebody to spot you on a roadside is really, I think it's not that easy, because there's so many people. So for somebody to just spot you, so I took it in, and just like you're saying, it got to me, and I realized how bad it is now. That our own people are tired of the kind of so much negative media reportage that collects the main headlines in our media, and that is what feeds off of, across the world. And then, so you realize we all have work to do. From every single person, we need to actually look towards positivity, just like you said, that I'm positive. And I told you it's a choice. Because I know what that does. It pays. It gives people the interest to want to get into, to come out, to get involved. Already, we're suffering from, financing and other things which I'm opening up, to be honest, in terms of, you know, because even look, even the African governments are loaning IMF, etc. So you can imagine when it trickles down to the African arts industry. That's the reality, you know what I mean? So it's not like there's money sitting anywhere that is, you know, like, you know, excess capital that is sitting anywhere. In as much as I beg to say that I think, if I take myself out of the box, I think that Nigerians have worked their ways and are still working their ways out a lot to be able to get capital to push in their industry. It's not like ours. And then we too, we like to be so, it's sad when it has to be this that we are gradually being known for. Where meanwhile some of us are also pushing a positive narrative. You don't find me coming at anybody intentionally wanting to gain any kind of buzz, because in as much as I want to succeed, I definitely know that somebody wants to also succeed. The least I can do is to wish that somebody's zero success is going to account for my success. It doesn't work like that. Your success indirectly would affect me and directly affect me if I know you in person. And that does me good more than your failure. Your failure does not guarantee my success. Imagine if I am at level 1 and I pray that you go to level 0. It doesn't make me the best guy.
But Stonebwoy, it's all well and good saying, you know, you don't go after people. Okay, that's great. But people do come after you.
Because I'm doing something good.
And I want
because I'm doing so many things right.
In as much as, yes.
It's just like when you see that, yes, that's all I can say, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that you know and other people know that I have never come at anybody unprovoked, even if I'm provoked.
Okay, let's talk about this and we'll move on. Is there a real issue between Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale?
Nah, let's go to the next question.
None whatsoever.
Let's go to the next question, please.
No, I'm not trying to feed into the negativity at all. We're not. But I just want to...
That's why we have to go to the next question.
I understand.
I'm telling you, in all peace and in all progress sake. Next question. Because right, you know what it will be? It will add up to that conversation.
No, I'm not. Stonebwoy.
So let's leave that for the fans.
Allow me to interject.
Let's leave that for the fans.
Yes.
You see, this platform is a big one. We need to use that time to push.
Absolutely.
So let's move on to the next question, I promise.
But since creation of man, okay, there's been conflict, disagreement, so on and so forth. By the end of the day, men will sit around the table and find a resolution, okay? And so, that's why I'm asking, is there a problem? If no,
there are still bombs flying in Israel and
as
in
we
Gaza.
speak now, but in the end, to bring a peaceful solution would mean that women will have to sit around the table to strike peace.
To move on, because there are so many other things that are more important as well. Yeah. There's hunger, people need food. Things have to be done, people need water. There's a lot of things that we have to move on to. That's why we have to move on to the next question.
I mean, early. See, the reason I'm asking this, Stonebwoy, because before we came on air, we're talking about, you know, because you went to support your guy, kudos, and you actually said on the 10th of November, Arsenal will be playing against, 1st of November, sorry, Arsenal will be playing against West Ham.
And what did I say?
You said Partey and kudos, right? They will shine, right?
Yes, you said, yo, that's going to be tough. Yes. Who are you supporting?
Who's your favorite?
And what did I say?
And you said, well, this is a platform for both of them to shine. So we talk about Ghana.
Because that is a reality too. So why would we focus on one of the other realities, which would be that who is your favorite? That is also a reality. But look at the other reality, that Ghana is on the left team and same Ghana is on the right team. And these are two great icons. Partey is a senior performer to Kudus. Kudus just came into the English Premier League not more than 2 months, just to be fair. And Partey has been hoisting the flag for a very long time and breaking all the doors and all of that. So if another brother has come to add and they are even clashing, all I, Stonebwoy, see is Ghana representing in the helms of affairs at the foremost part of performance that day. So all I see is Ghana, 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 because both of them are going to shine. And these things, you see them in Messi and in Ronaldo. You see? But look at the beauty of it, where this, if assuming Messi and Ronaldo were from Portugal or Argentina, that would be like some massive situation. So now you have Partey and you have Kudus, who are not even rivals in any form. Mm-hmm. The first thing my mind went to is to see a shine of Ghana, and this is going to help elevate this negative mindset, because it's choice. It's going to be moving a little bit gradually. When I went to the stadium, I didn't even imagine that news is going to fly this high, because me, I do from my heart. And that's one of my kid brothers. Kudus is really a best friend to my kid brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like a big brother to them. And respect is very reciprocal, and I respect them both even more, because I have to prove, I have to show respect for them to be able to, in quote, emulate. So that means that the respect that's going to come from me has to even be more. It cannot be less, because I'm the elder one, you feel me? So you don't know, that's just what I see. And that's why I said, let's move on to the next question. Maybe when he comes and sits here, he would be interested to explain.
No, I get it. And also I understand where you're coming from, because, you know, this goes out, one page will just pick whatever it is and say, oh, Stonebwoy said this. I understand.
Because your platform is powerful.
Of course, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong in saying, hey, Partey is my guy, but hey, Kudos, yes, they will win. There's nothing wrong in that.
No. There's zero wrong in that. I was chatting with Partey yesterday, of course, and Kudos is... So, I mean, you're using that example for me to have answered your question.
That's what I was saying, because we all understand, you know, we all understand. Don't leave me hanging.
I wouldn't, I'm sorry. Okay, but before it ends, without due respect, before it ends, I'll let you know that, you know, I'll let you know where I go.
All right, okay,
I can't
cool.
leave you hanging.
All right, now let's talk about fifth dimension. Right?
So don't leave me. That touched me. Don't leave me hanging. That touched me, brother.
You've been through so many challenges. I can see that you're well trained now. You've had a lot of experience when it comes to media, and how did you know that? Of course, I can see it. I can see it. Let's talk to me about this album, because I've seen that you've got a few features on there, and one I was listening to yesterday was Angelique Kidjo.
Yeah,
amazing.
Forward I go, never returning now. The wilderness don't scare me. Straight to the top I am aiming now. Now gonna let the evil forces draw me out. Move like a straight line, not gonna run about. Stand confident, tall and stout. Man a military general, them a boy scout. Me tell them, man o jilo, man o jiboko, nana maila. Yeah, man o jilo. Man o jilo, man o jiboko, nana maila. Mala koklo wayero hoga kablele godo ndeka kwe mano tutum mano bubum ajabana aleke gbagba one day anyo yoga aleke gbagba usasa mabade one day anyo yoga yata mano jiboko nana mai Manoji boko nana mai. Oh, Manoji boko nana mai. Manoji oh. Manoji boko nana mai.
Eno keito amere materatio ano se sendelo awo
You know, blending Ewe, Patois, Pidgin is just like amazing. This is what I love to do. It's just like a kid drawing. When I'm doing my music here, I just want to paint a picture for the world to enjoy. So you find me doing all sorts of word play, some puns and like it's amazing. That music, everlasting. Oh. To have had a collaboration with Angelique Kidjo. Nigga, I was not even born, bro. I was not alive. I was a spirit somewhere sitting down waiting to be born. And then I got a feature with Shaggy as well. My Lord. These are people that you would want to be like when you grow up, because these are people who have done music for 3 decades at least, and it can never look like they're going anywhere. These have become foundations. These have become ancestors in the game while they are alive. There can never be any level that I want to attain in this life more than to be this effective, to be this. The word is relevant, but I don't want to use relevant, but I'll use it anyway. To be this relevant by not doing anyhow. There were OGs before the IGs and are still OGs after the IG, bro.
Did you record together in the same studio, or it was sent?
It was sent to him. It was sent to her and Shaggy. But we met prior to that. Okay. But the song was recorded 4 years ago, and I knew that's a big tune. It's gonna have its own time. So when I got the opportunity, shout out to Denta, I always have to credit everybody that made it possible. She knew how much I love Angelique, and she was bringing her for the Guba Awards in Ghana, and she connected me, bro. I remember I was on the bed at like 9 a.m. My phone rang, bro. She's about to leave the hotel. Where are you? Where are you? I'm like, yay. I just jumped off the bed. Fast. Oh, me too, I'm a fast driver. Jumped off. I'm like, yo, mommy. She's like, you. Because I've crossed up, I've seen her shows a few times in Europe, and I've been expressing how, because I had a song on my last album, which was Angloga Junction, the track 1. I want God, my leg back behind, my leg back behind, my leg back behind, yeah, that's my leg back behind, my leg back behind, yeah, that's my leg back behind, my leg back behind, yeah, that's my leg back behind. No, never must move, I don't need to call up on no. Papa no day, and I'm alone on my own. Life is my only hope. Oh, my leg back, yeah, that's my leg back. It was an Ewe song, and everybody was like tagging her, like we want to. So all that built a certain kind of buzz already. So when I met her, she was amazed. She was like, I heard you, Ewe. Do you speak Ewe? I'm like, yes. And we spoke Ewe. I was like, what? Because she's from Benin, and we literally come from the same ethnicity, to be honest. Because you know, African ethnicity is well rooted. It runs through sometimes different countries because we're all a continent. So, bro, especially coming from the Volta region, yes. I'm both parents Volta. I have roots in Togo, roots in Benin, and roots in part of Nigeria. You know, because same thing. It's interesting to find these, and this gives me just joy to belong, you know, and be very expressive. The last time I was in Nigeria, there was this guy who was going to ride I went on a boat ride with wifey and all of that. This guy was speaking my dialect like somebody I known from my backyard, and he said, no, bro. He doesn't even go to Ghana. Like, he knows he has relatives, and we're speaking Ewe. Like, it's not like we're speaking, you know, Ewe can come in different forms. We're speaking that one. Bro, I was just looking at this guy like, and it makes me know that we're really one people, and we cannot trivialize speaking about our oneness enough. I swear to God, it gives me goosebumps when I see this. And when I love history, I love to know my culture and all of that, and African culture. So when I find out these things, it gives me joy. So a song like Manoji is underrated, I swear, I'm saying it. Manoji, Manoji, boko, boko, nana mai. Manoji, 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 boko, boko, nana mai. Yeah, mamba na so we never lose. Manoji, so me have to go. So me have to go hard. Every day I'm winning, see me never lose. So me have to go hard. So me have to go. Well, now I'm on a journey. Forward I go, never returning. No, the wilderness don't scare me. Straight to the top and aiming now. Now gonna make no evil forces draw me out. Move like a straight line, no go roundabout. Stand confident, tall and stout. Man a military general, them a boy scout. Me tell them, Manoji low, Manoji boko boko nana mai. Yeah, Manoji low, Manoji boko boko nana mai. Eno kenyita mere mate hola siolo. I no se serelo, you also check out that song. If that song gets nominated for Grammys, I know it's over worth it. Beautiful piece produced by Gazi, a Ghanaian, you know, live production, solid mastery. We've done everything possible for you guys to enjoy, you know, quality music.
I mean, that's something definitely I picked up from the album, the production, the sound.
And the one with Stormzy as well, track 1 is mad. Produced by J5 and composers, you know. Not forgetting the one with Jazz Carries as well, In Control. That's my favorite song.
I mean, Stonebwoy, right about now, you're on top of the world.
Amen.
And pushing Ghana.
Pushing Ghana. I don't have any option, you know. I don't have any option. I'm pushing Ghana, and by that, it covers for Africa. Africa is well represented anyway. Look at what Nigeria is doing. Look at what Kenya is doing. Look at what... So Ghana needs more representation.
Okay. Before we wrap up, because I know we're really pushed for time, you spoke about the fact that Nigeria is well represented. Many have said when it comes to, you know, Ghana, Nigeria music, because there was a time, I think like 2010, you know, that space, Ghana was everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
True.
And right about now, not so much.
The Azonto era, the hip life era.
Absolutely. But now, if you look, when we talk about Afrobeats, you know, because I heard your music playing in the gym, local gym
of course,
here the other day,
right? I definitely would add I definitely will
Kwame
add
Eugene,
King Promise,
Kiddy.
Kwame Eugene, Kiddy, and I'll add Black Sheriff as well for the frontier that's
Absolutely.
going on. Definitely Sarkodie. I'm not trying to take away any name.
No.
Respectfully enough, in the places that I've been abroad, some parts, these are some of the frontiers
it's a fact. It's a fact, right?
Hear.
Now, many have said that obviously Nigeria, by population size, right, compared to Ghana, Lagos alone is bigger than Ghana population. Yeah. But then my argument is, if you look at the island, Jamaica, an island, but the music
I've
has
said that a lot of
transcended.
times too, that it is an advantage, but that's not the focal point. You know, that's not. When you're counting the advantages, that is not the first one.
No.
That might be in the bottom side or on the middle side, because eventually it will trickle down to numbers anyway. But you can have, if it was about number, read my lips. I think after Nigeria we have Mali. Mali should have been
exactly,
or probably.
So my question
so
to you,
it's not really the number one factor that separates the two. I don't buy it.
So what was the issue? As an artist, a leading artist, an international artist, what is it that is prohibiting Ghanaian music penetrating?
So in comparison to Nigeria, is that what you're asking?
No, just in general.
Okay,
just
good.
Nigeria,
So but that was how the convo started.
Yeah,
so
because you touched on Nigeria.
If it's in comparison to why, then I think that of course there's a lot we also need to learn from them and emulate. And if it's not in comparison, that's good, because we're just discussing the state. But we should be actually grateful. Me, if I was a person, I would be grateful that there is a blueprint that you are using that is working. I'll just emulate the better part of the good parts of it too, because you should also be having your fair share of problems that would be hindering you. And you know, because the one who has 1 billion is as well, except they have gracefully retired, they would be looking to having 2 billion, because numbers are infinite, it doesn't finish. So they also have some things that they are doing well. But you that have like probably 100 or 200 should look at one who has a 1 billion, because then you have somebody to look at. If there was nobody ahead of you, then you have to go and think. But we do. Yes, yeah, we see what they're doing. We see how they're pushing, how they're moving. It's just as simple. It's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
So if you asked me to contribute to the things that I guess could help, then I'll tell you that let us look at the better things that other people are doing that is pushing them. We add the good thing that we're doing also, and then it can also propel us into the bigger space, which will be definitely taking our craft very serious, eradicating so much negativity from the space with the information on the ground, so that when you go and look it up, it's all some positive and informative stuff that will let you see and know about somebody and see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And then also continue to continue to be aware that there is a need for a lot of financial investment in terms of, you know, pushing the music. Because right now, all the platforms are paying. So once they pay, then you should know that for you to get on there to make impact, you have to pay. So there's budget for everything. And you know, it involves that. I think on the from the Ghanaian scene, there's not enough or very little, you know, executive or financial injection in terms of there's very little injection financially, because gone were the days you could find executive producers who are the financiers. But now I can tell you that I think all of us, most of us from Ghana who are pushing from our own resources that we're recycling. I think that bankrollers really have not found enough reason to be able to invest monies into, you know, if there is or if there are, it's very little or nothing at all. You know, so these things.
And finally, just to touch
because
on,
our music is great. You cannot tell me Ghana music is not great. And that's why I didn't even mention it. Bro, we have great music from the guy from yesterday's New Cat who's trying to do new music till yesteryears. So as for music, yesterday I was sitting at the Nando's and I was hearing Jedi Play Ambule song play, bro. So we have it from the 50s till now. So as for the music, I'll tell you.
Nando's, you definitely get it. You definitely get it, the high life. That's Nando's all the time.
I've never gone to a Nando's and not hear any indigenous music. Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right. So finally, the UK tour, Manchester, 26th.
26th at the Canvas, you know.
Birmingham 27th.
Yeah.
And
London
Academy
2 and London 29 Electric Brixton. Please get out there, get your tickets. I think it's only less than £20.
Yes.
I know you have seen, I know you have heard, because I'm here in the UK and I'm saying, get out there, let's go. All my Nigeria people, all my Ghana people, all my Senegalese, all my Zimbabweans, all my South Africans, all my Malians, all my Sudanese, all my Egyptians, all my Moroccans, all my Sierra Leoneans, all my Cameroons, all my Gambia, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Eritrea, Madagascar, Ethiopia, Somalia, DRC, Congo. Hey, we're almost mentioning all of the countries.
So we know that you have a tour here. You've been touring in America as well. What's happening? You doing anything in Ghana?
Yes, of course. The tour is going to end in Ghana in a grand style because we've done America, we've done UK, we went to Australia, you know, we're touching base, and I'm happy that we're going to take the power back home on the 22nd of December at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's going to be mighty and big. So all my people visiting Ghana this year, rest assured, you know that the weather is going to be like here. See, anywhere I go, I bring the sun, the son of man.
Yes.
Yes. So we brought it. So it's going to be warm. It's going to be nice. You know, Ghana is fun already. Make sure you all pull through. I think tickets are out already, but that one is nothing. That one is like, it's equal to cheap, you know, just so we can continue to make the fire burn. So make sure the Fifth Dimension is going to close at the stadium, finally, like in a grand style. Make sure. And then I'll see you Electric Brixton, Birmingham and Manchester. It's all love. God bless you.
And of course, a massive thank you to Coco Kyo House for hosting us today.
It's a beautiful place. It's my first time here and I love it. I'm going to come back here and enjoy. Love. You don't know. Make sure you stream the music, play the music. Let's get it going on. Focus on positivity. I know somebody watching there will be inspired by this one. Focus. Positivity is the most difficult thing to be and to do. As for negativity, like the Bible said, for we all were born in sin. We are all sinners. It's automatic. To move, you have to be positive. God Almighty, blessings. Stonebwoy, yeah, I catch you. But big up.
Thank you very much.
Jano, you know, so get it. Links are in my bio. You know what I'm saying? livenation.co.uk, or you can get it. Links are in my bio, of course. bio.com/2Stonebwoy. You're going to get it. No two ways you can find me. Get on my TikTok. Get on my it's Stonebwoy, S-T-O-N-E, Stone, Obo, Stone, Ekpe, Stone, Te, Stone. How do you say stone in Yoruba, Baba? Okuta. Guys, that's my new name. Okuta, it's me. Ooh, is that Yoruba? Manoji lo, manoji boko boko nana mai. Manoji lo, manoji boko boko nana mai. Oh, manoji oh, manoji boko boko nana mai. Manoji oh, manoji boko boko nana mai. Para utomali namo, para utomali namo. Amakagbo yigamala, koklo wa yero hoga kablele goto.